What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 19 of the IncntrolGaming podcast. I'm one of your hosts and moderators for today, Ole, and joining me this time for this very, very special episode, to my left, we got Michael.
What's up? Yo, we're back, 2019. Bring the drama.
Over here, we got Patrick.
Hey, guys. You're alright.
And, of course, Alan. So, this is our very special In Control Game of the Year podcast for 2018. A bit later than usual, but we needed time to play a lot of games and get ourselves together. So, we're going to be deliberating through about a list of 17 games and trying to figure out our top 10 games of the year. And we're going to split that up into a top back half 6 to 10, top half 1 to 5. There's going to be a lot of arguing, a lot of fighting. But hopefully we can all be friends after this, guys. Right?
So the method to our madness here is that how are we gonna push them into the top 6 first of all?
Okay, so I'm gonna read out. Let me read out the list of names that we have as candidates for our game of the year, and then I think if we each go through and cut off one game, and if everyone's in consensus, that's fine. If someone wants to challenge that, then that can be done, and then work our way through that. And then we'll have our top 10 at the end of that. And then we'll choose our back half, take a break, and then choose our top 5.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, man.
Everybody happy?
Peaceful.
All right, let's get this show on the road.
For now.
So, for now, yeah. So here are your nominees for In Control Game of the Year. To begin with, we've got Monster Hunter World, God of War, Marvel's Spiderman, Red Dead Redemption 2, Smash Brothers Ultimate, Celeste, DQ11, Dragon Quest 11, AstroBot Rescue Mission VR, Detroit Become Human, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Soul Calibur 6, Fortnite, Shadow of the Colossus, Far Cry 5, and A Way Out to close us off.
Good list.
So
Good list.
You're really good here for games. That's a strong list. Strong list.
Let's get to cut.
Michael, you go first. What do you think should go first? So that
I
we
know
get to
what
our
I'm
top
getting
10?
rid of. First and foremost, we're kicking off Shadow of the Colossus. Ain't no way that's on the top. That's not the top 10 list 2018.
Why?
Nah.
Because it's a remake?
Yep. Based on that, games one game of the year enough times before. Let the young people shine. Let's get new games in there.
That's a fair fight.
Yeah, I totally understand what you mean in terms of it's kind of been recognized for its greatness. Go play this game, guys. Go play. If you've never played Shadow of the Colossus,
He paused for a second.
go play that. It's beautiful. It's a very unique game. You're taking down individual bosses. As this guy, all you have is a sword.
I played the original. It was good.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm fine as a technicality because it's a remake.
Delete.
Well, I just hope we're not looking at Resident Evil 2 this time in 1 year.
Oh, that's different. That's completely different.
Well, to be fair, yeah, that's actually true. That's a bit different. All right, cool. All right, that's fine. I will say we gotta cut. Some really good games here.
One has to go.
Yeah, I obviously I'm not gonna go for one which I know people are into and stuff. Like that's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna cut just to make a point. Far Cry 5. No, A Way Out. I'm gonna cut A Way Out. This was the game from Joseph Fares, aka the Oscars. He made a pretty cool co-op kind of prison break game. Did any of you guys play this game actually? A Way Out?
I played it
We did a let's play. I did a let's play for it on the channel actually. So go back into our videos and go watch that from last year. But it was a really cool, unique kind of project. It was fun to play that with my younger sister. And they come up with different scenarios that you have to do the prison break, like unscrewing the toilet, one person's like keeping watch and stuff like that. The story was pretty bad, which is part of it. Bad.
I was expecting it to be good.
No,
I thought that's
it
the
was
whole...
it was so like it was like 70s like police drama schlock. Like it was just so. It felt old. It just felt old, and it wasn't executed so well. The voice actors for the two main characters did a pretty good job, but most of the stuff surrounding it, like the plot line with one of the guys, his wife and his kid. No, I'm not saying what happens, but like it's just kind of like it feels like a movie you're watching on Hallmark from the 70s.
Wow. Based on that, I think we should keep the game in. I mean, how many co-op games do we have? Like, developers stop making split screen developing games.
That's the
reason why it's on the list in the first place, I'm sure, mechanics.
Yeah.
I
I would keep it over a few other things, but I know maybe the things I'd keep it over would be like too contentious, so I'm not, it's fine. Like, I'm not gonna die on a hill for a way out and stuff,
Okay.
It was a cool game.
Let's kill it. Let's kill it.
Yeah, so...
But it can still be revived later.
Well...
Sounds like a kill.
Anything that's going to be kept later, I'm going to put a star next to in case you want to come back to it. But yeah, I guess if everyone's cool, a way out.
Okay. PK!
I'm going to shoot down a big boy, and Fortnite has to get off that list.
Okay.
Fortnite, I went through a period where I was playing Fortnite a lot of last year. And I just don't think that, not taking anything away from the developers and how much effort was put into making the game, but
and updating it
obviously. I mean, people are working around the clock relentlessly to improve this game, but I just don't believe that it deserves to be in the caliber of some... it's a service game, but I don't think it just deserves to be in the same caliber as the God of Wars and the Spidermans and the Dragon Quest, simply because that it is a survival game. It's random. It's based on random guns. It's difficult for me to ever see that in the top 10.
I really appreciate the way Epic have like worked to update that game. Like the things they've been doing in Fortnite, the way they respond to the community. They'll nerf one weapon the next day, OP a weapon the next. They have limited time modes like 50v50, which is one of my favorite game modes. And they'll respond to like even lengthening the time of 50v50 being available to to people, because that's such a fun game mode. They had that weird thing, like for example, they had a concert, like you saw that a couple weeks ago with like DJ Marshmello was in there, and everybody could like go in, and like that stuff is really amazing. Mm-hmm. I don't think it makes our top 10.
I think it does. I mean, you guys have just said good things about the game.
We're saying as a service, it's good. But like in terms of like those memorable moments, or I mean, in pursuit of a first place victory royale or whatever is great. But in terms of like the lasting impact for us, because remember, these are our own personal.
I don't want to say our own personal.
As in, it's in control
game
together.
When someone looks at this list, like we look at our last list today, and we're like, you know what, that was a respectable list. And I feel that the impact that Fortnite has had, 2018, it owned 2018. They stole the concept from PUBG and took it all the way. Like, how many dances, how many people played that game? That game in 2018 has to be in the top 10. You can't mention 2018 without saying Fortnite. It didn't
do much, I feel, for us four. You know what I mean? On a personal playing level. Like, I played quite a bit of Fortnite. I even bought the battle pass for like season 5 or what, season 4 or 5.
I didn't get the battle pass.
I bought a battle pass. Like, there was a period of like about a month or a month and a half where I was super into Fortnite. But I don't know, man. It's one of those things when I'm looking at this rest of this list, the
I
impact.
Don't think it deserves to be there, looking at the other names.
I don't think it kind of.
I think I agree with what Michael's saying, where even though for me personally I prefer PUBG, I love the suspense aspect of the building and so on, but in terms of its quality as a game in this industry, I mean, my sister doesn't play video games at all. She has come number 1 I don't know how many times in that game. Like, this is her entryway into games. Do you know what I mean?
Crossplay, mobile,
It's
it
on
was
everything
huge.
and it's worked on everything.
How about this? Let's put a star next to it and we'll come back.
let's
Because
put a
there might
star.
be some other things that
It won't be in the,
match
for
up.
me, it's not the top 5.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have to at least mention it. Like it was
Yeah,
that
definitely
big.
not top 5, but I feel it could be top 10.
Okay. Let's put a star and we'll come back. You know, we'll work it out. Alan, if you remember the list, and I don't have it right in front of me.
You know, for me, I enjoyed the game. I finished the game, but I don't feel it's top 10 quality, and that would be Far Cry 5 for me.
That's
You
fair.
know, it held my attention more than any other Far Cry. Like 3 obviously had a fantastic villain, but as soon as, you know, something happened, like you lose complete interest in the game, wasn't interested in 4 whatsoever. So, you know, some of the classic tropes that I say I don't like, you know, go conquer the base, that sort of thing. They were there, but for some reason, I don't know what it was, I kept playing through it. But there are definitely other games on this list, without a doubt, I feel beat that.
There's games on this list that just brought more to the table than Far Cry.
Way more.
That's
revolutionized
simple.
the game,
Yeah.
brought new players into this type of genre, like Far
Far
Cry.
Cry,
did not do.
Far Cry was more of the same, which is fine because I love the Far Cry formula. But in comparison to a lot of the other stuff here, it's kind of like
It's the only one I've skipped in a long time, and I didn't feel bad about it.
I got Far Cry 5 day one, and I actually was a bit disappointed with it, to be honest. I don't know.
So we kill it.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
I'm
Far
fine with
Cry.
that. We can
Kill
say
Far
bye,
Cry.
bye, bye. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 14 games here.
So 4 more knockouts.
So you can we'll circle back to you. You can knock another one off. Remember, Fortnite has a star, so that's fine.
Okay, so the next game I'm
So
gonna
let me
kick
do
out.
It's gonna get hot real soon.
It's gonna get really. Haven't you heard how calm this has been?
Oh no, it's been calm. It's been calm.
It's been calm. Yeah, I'm gonna take out. I'm gonna take out
You're
AstroBot
gonna go for my
Rescue
heart.
Mission VR.
Why? Why are you taking
I
it
mean,
out? You have not played it. You don't know anything about it.
So
But go on.
So go on. I'm getting rid of AstroBot VR because for the similar reasons as to why I try to defend Fortnite. Yeah, we're looking at this definitive list of 10 games from 2018 that had a mark in either way. Sometimes there have to be games that we like or not. You know what I mean? I'm not a Fortnite player, but I cannot have a top 10 game that's like a VR game that I mean. I don't know how many people know about it right now. Like, what is this game?
It's the best VR game like
We should have
ever
some
made.
graphics. We should have
we're
some
gonna
graphics
have
right
we're
now
always
because I bet everyone's wondering like.
Okay, you know what, Astro? We kind of were talking about this before we started recording. It's really, really almost feels reductive for me trying to explain a VR game. Like it feels stupid. It genuinely, I'm not even kidding. It feels so dumb for me trying to explain this VR game.
You're defending it to stay in the top 10. That's what you're saying.
No, I want to, but I feel like it's an uphill battle that I won't win. And I kind of it would 100% be in my top 5. You know, for me personally, it would be in my top 5 because I've played I've had VR for like 2 years now, and I've played like a lot of really, really good games. You know, but AstroBot did something for platforming because it's a platformer that kind of like was that Super Mario 64 kind of moment.
Was it as
for
good
VR.
as Odyssey for you? Because last year Odyssey, you fought.
In the thing is, again, context. AstroBot as a platform on just a TV screen would not be the game. The VR adds so much to the game because AstroBot, you're collecting little robots as you go through these levels and you're platforming and stuff. And obviously with VR, the developers like have done really cool little tricks and like kind of made devilish scenarios for you to like capture these robots and they kind of like fly back into your controller. And this is all in VR, so like it's all, again, it's super hard to explain, but for me it's the best. If you have a PSVR or if you're thinking about one, you have to get AstroBot. I'm not going to die on a hill for this game. I understand you've already like kind of talked about it.
Well, if you're willing to defend it that long, why don't you put a star on it and then when something else gets deleted and then someone else has to die for another game.
I mean, if Fortnite's getting a star, then I feel AstroBot should get a star.
You see what I mean?
Nah, you know what? It's
Do you really want to let it go? 'Cause
no,
if you're-
I really don't. AstroBot is so
It
good.
can't beat Fortnite, bro. 'Cause
You
no-
see?
No,
So
it's
now that's like a
crazy.
head-to-head now.
No, it can't
you
be
crazy?
Fortnite because I mean, come on, bro.
All right, look. Thing is, fine. That
I gave you an
this is
example.
this is
I
in-control
said
gaming.
It's like
It should be on the list.
I
I think it's cool to also have the variety side.
Magic
on-
the
on
Gathering Arena is fantastic. I play a game every day. I'm not gonna put it on the list because I understand it's my niche game that I really like, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say, hey,
There's nothing wrong as well with going to bat for your niche game. That's what
That's
I
what I'm
feel.
saying.
There's
I
absolutely
respect
nothing
that.
wrong with you trying to get your niche game because you feel that passionate about it.
But then
you know?
that's what I'm saying. That's for us to make a list. There has to be.
Oh yeah,
This
is nothing to do with Astro Boy.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Like we can cut Astro. It's totally okay.
Kill
you
Astro.
know.
You kill him.
Oh, come on.
Kill Astro.
You don't gotta
Only
say
it's just
that.
like, let it die.
Where you
Like,
gotta
just
kill
shoot
it.
Shoot it.
So it's me next, right?
Is it- are we on?
Soul Calibur 6. I don't think anybody played that.
No, so that I don't have a problem with.
So yeah, I'll it should
And
be
I
very
don't
on
think
the
it
list
was
in the
better
first
than Dragon Ball Fighters.
That
No.
too, that too.
And
I agree.
you know,
I
fighting games.
But the
it's-
customization for your fighters in Soul Calibur 6 looks really cool. Like I've
okay.
seen some Let's Plays and people are making like really weird, crazy kind of like because you can create your own fighter and stuff.
Yeah,
People are
it's-
doing really
It's
weird,
always
cool
been. It's
stuff.
always
Yeah.
been.
Yeah,
I've
but
I've always played all of the Soul Caliburs.
Yeah.
For some reason I haven't played this one.
Yeah.
But
Too many games, man. Too many
Yeah,
games.
I mean from
It was hot last year.
yeah, it was very.
So yeah, Soul Calibur. I've cut it. I should never have been on the list to probably, be honest. But yeah,
PK.
Okay. It's a little bit hot now. I think.
There's about here.
Yeah, it's like every game I
So
see
good.
there,
That's what that makes me feel good. Everything's like good.
I think I'm only gonna cut off Celeste because
We gonna have words.
I don't think I didn't play the game personally, but
You're gonna.
all his gears are grinding right now. Yeah,
Matter of
so
fact, when did Hollow Knight come out?
2017.
17, I think.
That's right.
17. But I think Celeste is gonna go out because I'm looking at the rest and I don't think it can beat any of the games above it. And below it, Detroit, Odyssey, Dragon Ball Fighter Z is the only one it can fight with.
Quick question: who played Dragon Ball Fighter Z?
I played a little bit of it.
I didn't play it. But the
I'd rather keep Celeste than Dragon Ball Fighter.
No, the
because
reason,
I
the,
played
reason,
it.
the reason why I'm saying Dragon Ball Z Fighter is just because of, like
What?
you're saying, the
Yeah.
variety.
I get you.
And it was
Yeah.
like the void that Marvel vs. Capcom created by not having a great game. They took the formula, added 3v3 with Dragon Ball Z and all the updates and how everyone's raging about that game. Just as a game, I feel for 2018, DBZ.
And in defense of DBZ, there is that cult fan base.
They
that
had
I
Brody
know.
this year.
Yeah.
You gotta give them DBZ fans something.
And it's
Yeah,
the
fought
last
for
and it's the
justice.
last fighting game on the list.
Yeah.
So Celeste, sorry.
Do
Do you wanna
Celeste,
speak your piece for Celeste? Do you want them to have some graphics?
Celeste, yeah,
Graphics.
some graphics.
Graphics.
Celeste was an awesome, tightly made platformer, side scroller, and everything. You're going up this mountain during the entire game, and so you're controlling this girl who's like trying to get to the top of this mountain for I can't exactly remember the reason. The story actually is where the game kind of fell apart for me. It's kind of like about depression and facing your fears and stuff like that, which it resonated with a lot of people, but for me it kind of just, even the characters you met along the way were kind of fine. There's this cool character who's like runs a hotel, but he doesn't realize he's a ghost going up this mountain. He's pretty funny, and there's this other black dude, I can't remember his name, who helps.
Was it developed by?
Matt Makes Games. The guy who made Tough Force.
Yeah.
So art style is amazing. The platforming is so good, and it's really cool because once you die, instant reload. You're back in, try and attempt the level again. So I really like this game. I actually didn't finish it because I kind of towards the end. I think I'm literally in the last 10 minutes, but I just haven't beat it. So
we actually have 10 games right now.
yeah. So if we cut Fortnite and Celeste, do we have a top 10 then after that?
Yeah.
So Fortnite stays off.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Celeste is off. But if what is Fortnite gonna take here?
All right. So,
Yeah, you have to save something.
Because
I'm gonna say Fortnite is gonna take on.
Michael's gonna say something controversial. I know this
Of course,
guy.
look at his face.
Is gonna take
Who's it gonna
out
be for?
Dragon Quest. Wait. You cut something out. Right? Oh, Kingdom Come.
Hey.
Kingdom Come and Dragon
okay,
Quest.
Alan, say something about Kingdom
Yeah,
Come.
Alan,
Say
that's
something
it.
about
Stop
Kingdom.
you right there.
Kingdom Come or Dragon Quest? Pick.
Come on, man. You can't just
say
like
yeah.
Fortnite is automatically on the list
Yeah.
right now. Fortnite is the only thing that has a star
I
on
respect
it.
Dragon Quest. Kingdom Come.
No one voted to delete
Yeah.
Dragon Quest or Kingdom Come. So
Well, I'm
For the
try- I'm
record,
try- I'm
no
try- I'm-
voting.
I'm- no,
Voting
there's no
is not
voting.
the thing.
I'm campaigning.
Okay,
For Fortnite.
let me break it down because I've played all 3 games. Yeah.
yeah.
Dragon Quest, I'm about maybe a third, almost halfway through, and brilliant game. It's developed by Square Enix, and obviously they own Final Fantasy as well. But they take a different approach from Final Fantasy, which is always trying to innovate things, whereas Dragon Quest tries to remain faithful to
Classic
the
RPG.
very originals, you know. So a lot of the things that they improve, you know, like the graphics and so on, like those are absolutely brilliant. I've never seen graphics like that. It's not cell shaded. It's actually like proper 3D shadowed, but the characters are full on anime, and it works with actual textured backgrounds, which are, you know, properly done. Like graphics are unlike anything else I've seen. Those are gorgeous. But yeah, if you played a number of them, because there's no innovation, you know the spells, you know the order they're going to come in, like you know what's coming.
So the systems are pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same.
Okay.
Fortnite, I feel we've already tried to validate why it should be there.
Yeah.
Kingdom Come Deliverance is not a movie. Right? Now let me break that down. If you're going to play it, you need to know what you're getting into. It's a very realistic game in the sense that there's nothing like, you know, throwing fireballs or dragons or anything like that. Stupid armor with huge horns sticking out the sides, which we'll come back to because that's also in Monster Quest. But anyway, it's really trying to be faithful to what it was like in those days, even in terms of like the way the villages are presented, the difference between the nobles and the people who are washing clothes. Your character himself, who is the son of a blacksmith, and through events that happen early on in the story, he has to basically go and make a name for himself. And as you play, you really feel like this blacksmith's son, you know? Your controls are very janky. There's even a scene where they've just made a sword and he's supposed to cut some bamboo. He can't even swing the sword properly because he hasn't been trained that way. And it feels like that. And as you learn some of the moves and so on, there's no game quite like it. And I was telling you guys before, it's got a lot of the heart of Oblivion, because everything from your combat to making a potion, you really want to invest time in, you really want to get it just right and so on. So I would definitely say any other game on this list hasn't made me feel like I was 17 again, like that wonder of exploration and so on. So from those 3, I would say I am fine with cutting Dragon Quest, but I do need to
Cut Dragon Quest for Fortnite.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I feel like the Fortnite thing, it's mainly this guy trying to push it with the impact it had on the industry, which is fine.
Which is fair enough.
But is that the hard and fast rule we just have to use to get something on the list or whatever?
No, again, I enjoyed the game. Just for me personally, I prefer
Fortnite was revolutionary.
But that whole, you know, fighting against each other, that mystery, finding the things, like, it is exciting. I do.
You can't deny that it's a good game. Sort of.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
this is my thing. If Alan is willing to cut DQ for Fortnite, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I have no problem.
Okay.
But, you know, I don't know how you guys also feel.
How is he winning this fight?
No, I for me, I don't have a horse in this race, to be honest. So I kind of don't. I don't really care. I don't care. I actually don't care.
Okay, no, look.
I don't care.
Look. If
Okay, so why do you
DQ11,
feel Dragon Quest would be superior then?
I feel that Dragon Quest, simply due to the writing, the style of the game, and the fact that RPGs are not saying that certain games are, well, logically speaking, certain games are harder to make than others. But there is a certain level of effort and care gone into certain RPGs, and I'll always defend RPGs to battle royale games. because battle royale games are service based, and a service based game.
We battle royals are knocked up in like months now.
Yeah.
And just shit out.
But we
Exactly.
remember
we need
Battle Royale games
I
are
know-
shit out,
remember
but what's the
KPBs?
best of the
And
best?
true. But
true.
we remember
I am-
KPB's
I-
Radical Heights.
I
Remember
am
that?
I am a sympathizer. I am a sympathizer of the care gone into arts, and battle royale games just feels like regurgitative, just media just coming out, which in fairness, when done correctly, feels really good, right?
Okay, guys, we
That's
need
the
to,
thing, though, I
we
would
need
feel it
we
was
need
done
we
correctly,
need
though.
we need to make
It was
It
it
does
done-
have its own flair, and other games have tried to give that sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, but like blocky type
Sacrifice
of look.
Dragon Quest then, because I haven't played it, and yeah.
cut it.
I can speak from experience where I can say I even gave my top 10 RPG list. Dragon Quest 8 was there.
Mm-hmm.
There are things where 11 is superior and 8 is superior, so I'd actually put them at the same level.
Okay.
So I can be honest about that.
So
Goodbye, Dragon
So what's
Quest.
our final top 10 before we cut this video?
so wait, can I cut DQ11?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gone.
Okay.
Mm.
So we've got our top 10. There you
In
go.
no order yet.
No
In
particular order.
yeah.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Monster Hunter World, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Detroit Become Human, and Fortnite.
Detroit made it.
Yeah,
Impressive.
Detroit is a good game.
It was hiding. I was hiding it.